right.
AEW Full Gear this weekend, and this is going to be our predictions to show. So see everything, what we think is going to happen this weekend. Stay tuned. What's up, Maniacs? My name is Mex. I'm a wrestling fan, a wrestling enthusiast, a WrestleManiac, if you will. And today, I am bringing you guys a prediction show live here on YouTube with my good friend AEW News 1, Mike, over on Instagram. Guy, how you doing? How you been?
I'm good. I'm happy to be here. Excited for this weekend. Got some huge matches, and I'm pumped. I got it ordered, ready to go.
Literally, like, this is probably like the best wrestling card I have probably seen, if not ever, in a very long time.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Like, every match is definitely looking like it's gonna be a banger.
Mm-hmm.
What are you looking forward to the most?
I'm looking forward to the Young Bucks versus FTR. I'm always a sucker for tag matches, and I think that this is going to be really highly rated. And I'm hoping that it tops the Omega Page match at Revolution. I think that there's a chance. I'm also looking forward to seeing John Silva get his pay-per-view debut.
That should be good, yeah.
Johnny Hungy. I love it. Yeah, what about you?
I think it's for me, Kenny and Hangman.
Yeah.
I know the Bucks match is going to be brilliant as well, but Kenny and Hangman, I think the story's just been brilliant, and there's still a long way to go in that story, despite whatever happens on Saturday. So, I guess, guys, if you're watching on Facebook, hit the like button. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the like button. Make sure you're following and subscribing. You should see both of our names right on your screens. So AEW News 1, make sure you follow Mike's page, dedicated AEW and New Japan news on his Instagram page, and myself, WrestleManiac UK, WWE, AEW news, every day, daily posts from both of us. So make sure you're following all of that stuff. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's get into the AEW Full Gear 2020 prediction. So we are going to start with the buy-in. Serena Deeb versus Alison Kay. I think this match was added this past week.
Yeah, I love it. Oh.
Serena Deeb obviously just became NWA Women's Champion. Alison Kay just released from NWA. Is that correct?
Yes.
So she's literally just walked into AEW.
Yeah.
She's a big star, previous NWA Women's Champion. Who do you think is going to win here?
I'm hoping Serena retains. I mean, she's the new champion. I'm so excited that we're defending the NWA Women's Championship on AEW now, and then finally on a pay-per-view. Like we had, Thunder Rosa. I just think that this title has so much history stemming from the 1930s. I mean, that's amazing when we talk about how far women's wrestling has come, and now we have it on a pay-per-view card. I think it's awesome. Serena Deeb, she's my pick. She really showed how good she was, I think, in her match last week with Layla Hirsch. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah,
that was killer.
Yeah. I think the shame was that Layla is not like a massively known name to the Dynamite audience, so that's probably where that match suffered a bit. But what they were doing in the ring, performance-wise, very, very strong. Serena Deeb, I would like to see a bit of character development from her, but obviously technical ability in the ring, there's nothing to talk about here.
She's very good.
That's exactly why they brought her in. But yeah, I think it is very early days for her to drop that title, and especially because we're not going to be seeing Alison Kay in the NWA. It only makes sense that she retains. So.
But I think it's going to be, I think it has the potential to be a really great match. And I'm hoping it's not, a short 5-minute retention. I want a war between these two. And I think they're very capable at really drawing people in for the buy-in. I think this is going to be one of the strongest on the card.
On the card, yeah. So there was an original match that's supposed to be on the buy-in that I believe has been moved to the full card now, the actual match card, which is Orange Cassidy and John Silva. We're going to talk about that in just a second. We're just going to take some of you guys' comments. Thanks for everyone that's commenting. Keep bringing those comments in. Christian Camacho, let's see these predictions. Let's go.
That's my man.
Anafi tuned in. Arpit says hello. Arpit asks about NXT UK. We're going to do that stream later on today. So 8 p.m. Come back here, guys, if you are interested in NXT UK.
I'm not the man for that. Sorry.
Arpit again says Eddie versus Mox, different heat. Yeah, they've built up very, very nicely. Anafi again, Eddie versus Mox is due to be a madness, 100%. Kenny versus Page 2. Yeah, so everyone's got their matches that they're looking forward to. So let's get back to the predictions, and we were just about to get into it. Orange Cassidy versus John Silva. Some may call this a comedy match, but to be honest, it is somewhat, we can't lie, but John Silva has been doing brilliant work. He's won the hearts of everyone that, you know, watches Being the Elite. He's used Being the Elite to make his way over to Dynamite, and now he's in a pay-per-view match. I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
First of all, I can't even look at this guy without laughing.
Literally.
All the shit that he's done the past couple months is just insane. Did you see when he won on Dark and he was sitting there with the hand going,
yeah.
And then the Johnny Hungy thing
too.
I think he's so over, and I think we have about 1,000 fans coming in. I think that they're going to cheer him out the building. And you know, Orange Cassidy's over too. I'm going to predict that Orange Cassidy is going to pick up the win just because, you know, he's hot right now with his stream of matches with Cody and Jericho. But I think that it's going to be an Orange Cassidy win, but it's going to really give John Silver that pay-per-view exposure, which is the first time he's ever gotten it. And I think it's just really going to continue to excel his character development.
Literally, I think it's a massive stage for him. I actually stumbled across his 2015 WWE Tough Enough entry video this morning, and I was so happy to see that this guy has had that charisma since then. Like, this isn't something new. And if AEW had crowds, like full crowds at the moment, they would be in a lot of trouble because the crowds would be forcing them to do something serious with John Silva.
Everybody likes him.
Yeah,
I mean,
100%. They would be in a lot of trouble. They'd be scratching their heads like, gosh, we need to do something with him. So they've got a bit of time now. But like you said, I think Orange Cassidy, he's coming in hot off the back of really good matches with Jericho, Cody. So this is definitely one for him, I would say.
But this does have the potential to, I think, be one of the matches that does end in not a clean finish, because we have to remember we have the full Dark Order, which continuously gets involved in matches. I mean, Silver himself runs in and kicks people during matches. They try to, and then we have, you know, Chuck Taylor and Trent Beretta, who ran in last night with Kip Sabian and Miro. So, you know, we have both of their fight camps, and I think we got to look out for that. Yeah,
definitely. Again, RP, I think this will be a comedy match with some awesome movesets. That's it. That both wrestlers can actually go as well, which is, you know, I don't think they often get credit for. We're often kind of always talking about their charisma and their comedic chops and stuff like that. But these guys are actually very decent in the ring as well. Something that I don't think is going to happen in a ring, and we're going to see a cinematic match for, the Elite Deletion. So Matt Hardy versus Sammy Guevara. I think last night, I'm yet to do my AEW review from last night, but I think Sammy Guevara was on fire last night.
What the hell happened with him?
I couldn't believe he was wrestling like a babyface with all the moves and the high energy, you know, and especially with this developing story of, is MJF going to join the Inner Circle and stuff? I think Sammy's positioned very well in that entire story as to whether he's going to stay with Jericho's side. Is MJF going to bully him a bit? But yeah, I think in this, you know, this particular feud, Matt Hardy, Sammy Guevara, can't say I'm interested in it to this point.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's been soured by the injuries and everything in between for me personally. I love a cinematic match. I mean, if one thing the COVID era has given us is these brilliant cinematic matches. I know Matt Hardy was doing it before that, but
with Impact.
I expect Matt Hardy to get the win here. What do you think?
I'm gonna go the other way. I'm gonna predict Sammy just because Sammy was so capable to put on a great match. So was Matt Hardy at All Out, and that sad, unfortunate injury happened, and we never got to fully see it. I think he got a really, really weak win against Sammy, and it kind of looked bad. And that was because of the injury.
Who won the All Out match? Matt Hardy won the All Out match.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just think that they have to do something for Sammy because he's been losing a lot, and I don't know. I just think he's a future star, and I agree with you. A lot of the stuff that he's doing, especially last night, have seemed to be moving in the direction of a babyface. And, he's kind of against what Jericho's been doing with the Inner Circle recently. I think it's possible that we see him turn face, and I really do think that he's going to come up with the win at this match and then set up for a finale somewhere. Because, this feud does have to end. And you mentioned how you weren't particularly interested in it. I thought that too for a while. And I was like, I don't want to see these guys go at it anymore because they're going to freaking kill each other. I mean, they've been so unsafe. They've had 3 botches that have been serious.
That's how I feel, yeah.
So I think that this should be a cinematic match, like you stated, so we have some control over it. It's not like, I don't know if Sammy does so well. He's new. I don't know if he does so well in live audiences with like all this energy behind him. He might just go too far. But I'm really. Do you have any idea what this could be? Because I have no idea. Is it a Hardy compound?
It's Hardy compound, I believe.
Okay.
So I guess those of us that have kind of watched his other matches, WWE and TNA, are kind of familiar with the settings. But yeah, they can literally just do anything because it's his space, and they're pre-filming it. So it will be interesting to see. What happens. I mean, now you say it, Sammy, I guess, could possibly get the win, but
at the Hardy compound, I don't know.
That's why I went for Matt Hardy.
Yeah, I see that.
So
and this is not going to be rated by Wrestling Observer because it's a cinematic match, so that's important to know.
Yeah, that's true. We got Anafi here saying, yeah, he's lost interest in this particular feud as well. And Arpit, Elite Deletion will be the end for this match. Yeah, probably for the end of this feud, he means. Yeah.
I was going back to that. I was kind of uninterested after the whole injury thing, because that ruined All Out, let's be honest.
Yeah.
But then Sammy came out 2 weeks ago, and he lit he did the whole vignette where he was like, I'm not done with you. I hate you.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought that was a pretty good promo by Sammy. He's really good with those vignettes. He's kind of like him and Darby I feel like on a similar level with those promos. So it got me back into it.
I mean, I want to see, especially after last night, I want to see more Sammy Guevara.
Dude, last night was insane.
Yeah. That was really crazy, that little run he went on.
He had like a trio of moves where he hit like a diving crossbody, then like tope suicida, corkscrew, and then a tope con hero front flip. And I was like, okay.
All back to back, literally. It was crazy. So, hopefully more to come from him. But yeah, I guess we're kind of split with who's gonna win this one.
You think that Senor Benjamin's gonna come back?
Maybe. I think we will see him 100%.
Yeah, where is he? I miss him.
I think we will definitely see him 100%. Moving on, we are going to have a chat about Hikaru Shida versus Nyla Rose. Now, myself and Mike previously on this channel have been very vocal about this division, the women's division at AEW. I mean, I'm not even happy with the way we got to this match. Like, the build was very lackluster.
It was weird.
Nyla's not wrestling until, she's given an opportunity. Shida's like, okay, here's the opportunity. And Nyla's like, okay, I'll see you at Full Gear. It's like, come on. This is like, they've treated everything going on with the NWA championship better than the AEW championship for women.
Dude, I'm like giving up on not the women's division. But like this whole like championship run, it's just been so lackluster. Like, she's such a good wrestler too. I don't get it. Like, and people always knock the women's division as not getting enough airtime, right? Who does get enough airtime? Britt Baker, she has a promo every single Dynamite since this whole pandemic started. She has not missed a Dynamite. I mean, I just feel like they like her better, or maybe it's the language barrier. I think could be one reason that she is not cutting promos, but there could have been some heat built up for this match, and we only saw the heat build up last night. And I get the whole Vicky Guerrero thing, and Nyla doesn't want to wrestle anyone. It's the big manager thing. But, this should have been going on for a month of them attacking each other.
Yeah.
Now we're kind of supposed to care about it because they got heated last night. It's weird.
2-week build, man. 2-week build.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for Shida. I'm going to go for a Shida retaining. I think she's going to lose it to Britt Baker eventually. What do you think?
I'm going to go with Shida too. I think that, Nyla, a lot of people were pretty vocal on my page and on social media that they weren't really crazy about Nyla as champion.
Yeah.
Some of those reasons were just them being dickheads, let's be honest. But some don't think that she can work very well. I really like Nyla. I think she's great. But I still have a little bit of hope that Shida can kind of salvage this championship run and continue to get better. And I'd like to see her with some big title defenses and victories. I mean, she deserves it. And, I just don't know what's going wrong, but I'm not too excited. I'm not too oh, let's go with this. I'm more excited about Deeb, really.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go with Shida because I have confidence in her. And I think that she's going to continue to get better as a champion. And I hope she does.
Yeah. And hopefully they give her more. We got a comment from Christian Camacho where he says they need bookers. They need better bookers for the women's division. That's 100% true.
I'm going to address that right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the booking for the women's division was stellar in the beginning. We had all those stars from Tokyo, Joshi Pro Wrestling, and Stardom, and it was freaking awesome. And that was because a lot of the women's division wrestlers across all promotions were already grabbed up by WWE and Impact, so they couldn't really take U.S. talent. Now, I really was into that. I really liked Rio. I really liked some of the matches with Bea Priestley that they were having. Unfortunately, they all went home and they're stuck now. So, I think that they don't give enough credit to the women's division. It did start out really strong. We're having a little road bump right now, but I think that some of the people that we're seeing now is kind of getting back to those roots. Serena Deeb, Layla Hirsch, Red Velvet's been very good.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm looking forward to the women's division. I'm not losing confidence.
What
about you?
Good. Yeah, I mean, let's be honest, it can only get better from here.
Yeah,
I'm sure it can't get any worse.
We had a little,
it's not to say it's zero, like it's completely rubbish, but you just expect them to do a little bit better. That's it. I think we've come to expect that. We hold them in high regard, and they just haven't delivered yet in that front. But I guess it's coming. We've got a message. Is it Low 19? It's your boy from that group chat. That's a comment for you.
How you doing? Thanks for coming.
PAN Pretty TV. Only losers think Britt can't work. Only losers think Britt can't work. Sorry.
I agree. I think Britt can work.
Kenny should just stop booking the women's division, or as he's doing it, and give it to Dustin Rhodes. He will book the division better than anyone.
See, I didn't agree with that because I thought Kenny did a great job in the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, it could be the times that have made it, change.
I think it is, but people always blame him for it. Like, oh, it sucks. Like, it didn't suck when it started. I mean, did you like it when it started?
Yeah,
I'm wondering.
It kept me interested. There's a lot of names obviously coming over that I'd never been exposed to. So it definitely kept me interested. But for now, for Shida, this was her first title, and it's just completely done nothing. Literally, she's been in the crowd just with the title around her shoulder. Like, that's it. Yeah, that's it. That's what she's done for weeks. Like, poor thing. Like,
did you like Nyla's reign better or Shida?
Nyla's reign was for 2 weeks. Literally.
Okay, so Rio was the best AEW women's champion so far. We can agree on that.
Can we really say? I don't like Rio was good in ring, but then
good.
Rio was gone for long periods as well. So it's just give the title to Britt Baker.
Yeah, she's the star.
Yeah,
really,
and then we can probably move from there. Last comment on this. We had Nail Abuse say we need Rio back.
There we go. That's a Joshi fan right there. He knows what he's talking about.
Truth of the matter. We do need Rio back at this point, I would say. Right. So now moving on up the card.
Let's go.
FTR versus the Young Bucks. The match that You know, we've asked for this match since about 2014, 2015. We're finally getting it. Two of the best tag teams in the world today, if not the two best tag teams in the world today.
Yeah.
There's an extra added stipulation that if the Young Bucks fail to win this match, this will be the last time they can ever challenge for the AEW World Championships, which leads me to believe they are going to win.
Yeah, I had to pick them too.
You'll pick them too? I think obviously they did that stipulation with Cody and the AEW Championship. Cody lost it, so Cody can't go for that anymore. And for me, they've done the same stipulation here. I mean, before that stipulation was added a couple of weeks ago, who did you think would have won this match?
FTR all the way.
So the stipulation has just kind of determined the winner.
Yeah, and I am like such a huge Young Bucks fan. I mean, I'm going to like their fan experience next week for New York Comic Con. It's online. Like I'm all about the Bucks. They're my favorite tag team of all time. But I wish that they added this stipulation for Revolution and came full circle to the Kenny Omega Adam Page match, because I think FTR, I hate FTR, but they're good. I just feel kind of bad for them. Like they're already going to drop the titles. Like what's going on with that? Like I just feel like,
you know what, for them, obviously knowing their backstory from WWE, I don't think the titles is what concerns them. It's just the fact that tag team wrestling is celebrated, and they're in a place where tag team wrestling is respected and celebrated. And I think that's enough for them. They don't necessarily need to be champion. They know they'll win that back eventually. It'll come around to them again.
I think they could set it up for a feud back and forth between them. So I do predict the Bucks are going to win because of the stipulation, but I also could see it. This is the second one. I said that the Dark Order versus Orange Cassidy was one that maybe not have a clean finish. I think this is another one that could have some interference or maybe run the clock, because that has the potential to set up a great match at Revolution, and it is a little bit early for FTR to lose. But I do agree with what you said. I think this is going to be an absolute amazing match, and I think it's going to go for like an hour. I think, or like 30 minutes, hopefully.
Match for the ages, definitely a match for the ages. It's what we've asked for, like I said, for a very, very long time. Neil Abusi, FTR for the win. Christian Camacho. Don't forget, Tully is banned from ringside. Maybe we get a new member added to the FTR team to cost the Bucks the title.
Tessa.
Right. You know who I think? Adam Page.
Really?
I think they are planning a massive swerve. I'm going to get onto that when we do our predictions for that match. But I think
that's my man.
I think they're planning a massive swerve.
Okay.
So I like that comment, Christian. It's been on the back of my mind as well. Nail says again, it seems too early to take the belts off FTR. Definitely is, but I don't think it's too much of an issue. Arpit says Bucks, FTW all the way for the win. I see. And Priv TV, I think FTR could rampage with the belts for over a year, and the Bucks to break the promise because nobody else can pose a challenge to FTR. Maybe that's a way to go as well.
Yeah.
They allow the Bucks to have another go.
They could say, "Screw your stupid stipulation! Like, come at us again. We beat you the first time, maybe." So, the stipulation might swerve everyone in their predictions. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I think it's about time the EVPs, the Kennys and all these guys start winning the championships, because they are the top
Bucks
guys.
Deserve it.
Yeah. They
are the top guys too. It's a slow burn, but
I think they've done enough to stay away from it and give others opportunities. So I definitely think it's time to put them in and amongst it. Moving on, we have the TNT Championship match. Cody versus Darby Allin. I guess this match is kind of been thrown together in a way, I would say, although they do have history, Cody and Darby Allin. For me, Cody retains, even though Darby should win, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Darby.
You're gonna go with Darby?
Yeah.
Do you think there's going to be any reason as to why Darby wins? Do you think it's going to be a clean win?
Probably not. No, I think that something could happen. Someone interfering on behalf of Darby. Team Taz has been saying that they're going to get involved.
Yes.
I think this is the match that they do get involved in and cost Cody the win, or maybe cost Darby the win on your end, because they hate him, first of all, and they think that Ricky should, if I was a book, I think Ricky is better than Darby. No offense to Darby Allin. I really like Ricky, but I think Darby really deserves it. He is, he had his little future. He had his little past and Evolve, but he is quintessential homegrown AEW talent.
Yeah.
I think it's time that he gets a little bit of a reward. And I think this has been booked brilliantly, per se, because Cody is a dickhead now. He's a heel, and he didn't want to be a heel. It's been booked so freaking well, and I really wanted to talk about this with you. Is that he said, "Listen, I'm not going to turn on my fans. I'm a good guy. I love you guys." But then he does push-ups in the ring. He enters to his big Cody's epic prelude, and he gets booed. And then Arn Anderson and Silver act on his behalf for him to retain the TNT Championship, and he doesn't even see it. So he's becoming a heel. People are turning on him without him becoming bad. Yeah. It's interesting.
I was very taken aback when I watched AEW last night, and he was saying to Darby, obviously he cut his promo to Darby in the stands, and he was saying to Darby, "You want the ace belt, but I'm the ace." And it just ended. And I was thinking, Tana who? You what?
Tanahashi's the ace, not Cody.
I thought, wow, okay, that was very heelish for him to just say, and it just ended there abruptly. I thought,
like, you have no chance. I'm Cody. Like, dude, everyone loves Cody. But he's done a good job making people I'm kind of done with you.
I think Darby, like I say, I think Cody's gonna win, but this would be if Cody does win. I think this is just one too many high profile matches for Darby, which he hasn't won.
I know he's lost. That's what I keep going back to, is that he always gets these challenges and he doesn't win. And while they do work out for him well, like in a kind of an alliance with Moxley, they're only each other's friends. They don't have any other friends. That worked out on his behalf, but he has been losing a lot. Yeah. And to lose cleanly would really hurt Darby. I really think so.
100%. Arpit said here, my most anticipated match is Cody versus Darby, and Darby needs the win.
He does need the win. Yeah.
Christian Camacho, I'm calling it right now. Steve-O is going to cost Cody the title.
You know who Steve-O is?
No, who's that?
The guy from Jackass. It's Darby's friend. Yeah. Darby's a skater, and he's got Tony Hawk and Steve-O, which I think is cool, man. Every time I see Tony Hawk and Steve-O come on AEW Dynamite, I'm like, that's good free advertisement. These guys are huge. Like, yeah, man. Darby's so cool, dude. I love him. I mean, he's awesome.
You got Game Time that says Darby for the win. Low says Cody needs the black hair back.
Nah, he looked like a weirdo, dude.
He did look kind of weird with it, didn't he? Yeah.
I didn't like it. Yeah.
Cool. All right, then. So another big match we've got on the card. This is for entry into the inner circle. Chris Jericho.
Come on, music.
Chris Jericho versus MJF. If MJF wins, he is in the inner circle. I personally think this is a carrot they are dangling at us, which they can't afford not to give us. I think MJF wins here. What about you?
I'm going to go with Jericho.
Really?
I'm going to go with Jericho, and I'm going to go with the unique prediction that it's going to be a hard-fought, really good match. They're going to go all out, and he's going to prove to Jericho that he can go the distance with them. But I'm going to go back to what we said about Darby. I think Jericho has lost a lot. I feel like he went from a really serious contender to AEW World Champion to kind of losing a lot of matches. Scorpio Sky, Orange Cassidy twice. Like, I don't really think he can afford a loss to MJF.
But he hasn't really lost a lot. Like, the last match I can remember he lost was the Mimosa match, right?
Yeah, but that was embarrassing for him.
Yeah, but he had won in the series
ring. Yeah.
With Orange Cassidy. So My thinking is, if MJF doesn't win, where does he go next? Because he's had the world title picture. This is, I guess, the next big thing for him.
Shutting down the inner circle, maybe.
As in, so if he doesn't win, he will shut down the inner circle from outside of it.
Well, no, and maybe if he won or got offered a spot into it, he'd be like, "I never wanted to be in it anyway. Fuck you guys." Because that's pretty much what he does. He's not very nice.
I think he's joining the inner circle to destroy it from within.
So you don't think it's a legitimate join?
I think he's going to join it, play along for a bit,
and
then literally split them apart, or maybe he becomes the leader of the inner circle, which will leave like Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara on their own sort of thing.
Yeah, but does Wardlow follow?
That's true. That hasn't really.
I don't know. I mean, I could see MJF winning because he had that big loss with Moxley, even though Moxley kind of cheated. So I could really, like, it's 50-50, really. Yeah. I just think that Jericho is gonna surprise everyone and come out on top.
He's another one. MJF is another one that needs a big win.
He doesn't need a big win, and he can, like Jericho can afford a loss more than MJF. Yeah. I get what you're saying. Yeah. I just feel like Jericho's gonna win. I don't know why. I just don't think that he's gonna be beat by Maxwell. I think he's better than Maxwell. I don't know.
Yeah. No, he definitely is, but yeah, I guess we'll see.
It's interesting booking, interesting storyline that can come from this because
it's 100%
surprising. We don't really know what's going to happen, so I'm pumped for this match.
Up it says MJF winning. Game time MJF winning.
Yeah, see.
Nail Abusi. I think MJF wins and they kick Sammy from the inner circle.
Yeah, that could happen.
Which would lead to the babyface turn that we discussed earlier.
Yeah.
All good predictions, guys. Keep them coming. Right, penultimate match here, and one where I'm looking forward to the most. Kenny Omega versus Hangman Adam Page.
Match of the night.
This is most likely gonna be match of the night. This is the world title eliminator tournament final. Obviously, both guys have progressed from either side of the brackets. The winner of this match is effectively the number one contender for the AEW championship somewhere down the line. Right. Theory time. What do you think? I'll let you go first. Kenny Omega or Adam Page?
Well, first of all, I mentioned this before, but can they name this tournament something better than the Eliminator tournament? Like, why can't they give it a cool name?
It's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it?
Have a trophy, have a name, have like a briefcase. I mean, we're copying WWE. Well,
everyone has a briefcase.
Yeah, everybody has a briefcase. New Japan does it. They have two right now.
Yeah,
I just think it would.
One as well.
Yeah, I just think it'd be so much cooler for like a trophy. Like, look at Jonathan Gresham in ROH who just won that pure title with the freaking trophy. Like, I don't know. I just feel like they could book this a little bit better. Having said that, I'm gonna go with Hangman Page. I think that he's gonna come out on top. I think that Kenny is just turning heel, coming into the cleaner right now, and but he hasn't gone full cleaner. Yeah, he hugged Sonny Kiss the other day. He's kind of been kind. He hasn't been full, mean heel. I think that it's going to take a big loss, to shoot down his big ego that he had last night on Dynamite, saying he's destined to win. I think he's
hilarious.
Yeah. I think he's going to lose to Hangman Page, and it's going to really knock it into full gear for him that he needs to get his shit together. I think Hangman's got it. I think he needs it. He deserves it, and he's my number one AEW star right now.
That's your guy.
I love him. What about you?
Right. So before last night, I thought Kenny Omega all the way. I saw how cocky he was last night,
dude, he's
which
so
was hilarious, by the way. I think that's probably one of the best kind of recorded or promos, whatever you want to call it, that I've seen him in his first year of AEW. That was really, really good from him. Even the whole thing of, sorry, I need to make a confession. This isn't my house. This isn't my dog. Absolutely hilarious. I thought Kenny Omega was going to win. Now I think it's too obvious.
It's way too obvious, dude.
Yeah, I think Adam Page wins, either still as he currently is. However, I don't think he will then go on to beat Moxley or whoever the champion is, but he will win this singular match to put him there. I still think, like I said earlier, there is a swerve where
I want to hear this.
They actually formed this horseman thing that they've been, messing around with for quite a while. And he aligns with the likes of Cash, I can't remember their name.
Dax Harwood.
Dax and
weird
Cash,
name, yeah.
Yeah, and Tully and maybe Sean Spears. I think there's something there. They've shown this whole they were a tag team and he's apart. He's still this anxious cowboy that he says he is. Maybe he knows I need to be part of a team to flourish. But yeah, I'm beginning to think Adam Page wins here. It knocks Omega down a peg or two, which will help form his cleaner character better, like you said. But Adam Page will still go on to face whoever the AEW champion is and not be successful. So that will be his second attempt at the title.
That'd be even worse. I feel so bad for him, man.
I think they'll wait because they still have a lot of building. You can clearly see these guys hold the whole future in Adam Page. So them holding this out for a bit longer, especially when fans are back, I don't think it's a biggie. And whenever that third time comes of him getting the AEW championship opportunity, probably against an Omega as champion, that's when he wins it, sort of thing.
I like your prediction with the swerve. I think that's definitely possible. And it would be like a big what the hell because, FTR hasn't. I mean, they screwed him over big time. They cost him his friendship with the Bucks, which is, I think, brilliant booking. But, back to the other thing I said with making this an actual tournament with like a briefcase and a trophy, if they did something like that, they could have Hangman win this and then him lose the right to challenge to Kenny.
Yeah.
Something like that. But
I think what's important as well is that from memory, correct me if I'm wrong, when he ran in to cause stop the beatdown that FTR were giving Young Bucks, he never actually attacked anybody.
No, he just kind of ran in and then Kenny followed him.
Yeah, he didn't actually touch anybody, so he's not like.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah,
maybe I guess we'll see come Saturday.
No, it's a good. I've had some wild predictions that have not come true. I think this one's pretty grounded in reality.
NK, a good friend, NK, thanks for joining us. Kenny is going to show everyone why he's the best wrestler in the world.
He is.
I think we're going to see that regardless of who wins. We're literally going to see that anyway. Christian Camacho, I can definitely see the Young Bucks cost Hangman the match since he cost them the tag titles. We need the Elite as heels again. Okay. Arpit, the shocker will be Page winning. Shocker, yeah.
Agreed.
Well, yeah, it will shock the world if Page wins, to be honest.
Because everyone's saying, Kenny's going to win and win at Revolution. The cleaner's back. Like, that's a little predictable.
Yeah, that's that. And that's it. That's it. Lowe says, I think they should have this tournament annually.
Yeah, I
definitely
agree.
But like you said, put some kind of gimmick around it. Maybe change the packaging, the name of it. But yeah, it's been good so far.
The Elite Climax.
That sounds like something else. Game time. Omega wins from the help of the Bucks.
Yeah, we still have that phone angle where Paige told the Bucks to go F themselves from being the Elite. So
that's true. Lowe says Paige cost the Bucks and then FTR cost Omega in return. Oh, I got another one for NK. I think Kenny joins with FTR.
Dude, what? Maybe.
That would be shocker. That would be a shocker.
I hate FTR, dude. I can't stand them.
You're so passionately against Kenny Omega. It's so jokes.
Kenny will cheat, yeah.
Priv TV, I think Kenny will cheat. It's literally, even in the comments, 50-50 where we're going to go with this, which makes it, what we're looking forward to.
Yeah, not too predictable. I think it's going to be a 5-star match.
100%. Dave Meltzer is going to be rubbing his hands together by the time this is done.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. Right, guys, before we get onto the final one, I just ask if you could kindly smash the like button if you are watching on Facebook or YouTube and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, again, make sure you're following Mike AEW News 1. If you are not buying the fight on Saturday, the match, the pay-per-view Full Gear. I'm sure Mike will be showing all kinds of snippets on his Instagram throughout the night. So I'm sure some of you are following him already. Make sure you are following AEW News _ or 1_ on Instagram.
We'll be doing stories on my page, which is basically a highlight reel. So I've gotten so good, I got the whole pop socket on the back of the phone, and I'll basically, if you're not following me, I'll bring it up, do a snippet, tag, someone put it on my story. So at the end of like a Dynamite or pay-per-view, I have about close to 100 stories.
1 million stories.
Which I'm glad. Thank you to AEW and New Japan for not taking me down. I guess they like the exposure.
He is basically streaming it on his Instagram. So yeah, Mike's a top man when it comes to analyzing everything that happens on AEW and New Japan. So make sure you're following him.
Thank you.
Last but not least, guys, it's for the AEW World Title. John Moxley versus Eddie Kingston in an I Quit match. For me, there's only one way that this match can go. However, especially given what they did on Dynamite this past week, I'm very much looking forward to this match. These two are going to kill each other in the ring.
It's going to get bloody, I think.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
As long as we don't get, any concussions or anything like that.
No, they're good.
Fine. Yeah.
I don't think that Eddie's going to be jumping off the, with what, Sammy and Matt did. But I'm going to go with Moxley. I agree with you. There's no way Eddie. I don't really think Eddie is at world champion material, the face of the company. He's really, really good. I think he'd be like a great TNT or tag team champion right now. But I really think he is really building himself. He's getting over, and I think he's doing a great job. And, I'm excited for this match. I think that they built the promo so well last night, mentioning his mother. He was like getting in Moxley's face, like, don't you ever say that again. Like, you better kill me. So this is going to be violent. I don't think that he's going to come out on top, but I really think that it's going to establish him as a star.
I really loved from that promo how he turned and faced, the hard camera, as they call it. And Moxley was just basically talking to the back of his head, and you could see him getting emotional.
And, he's like, what happened to you? What have you?
So good. Like, Eddie Kingston is so good. And I agree with the sentiment that he's not your quote unquote regular looking face of the company.
Yeah, maybe that was a little mean.
No, you're correct. But I think if he was on top of this entire brand, God, we're in for something. Like, that is a swerve that no one would see coming, and because of his character, it would be so enjoyable.
Yeah, it would be cool. I mean, this would be interesting. If he won, I'd be surprised but happy. But I love Moxley. So
I think through their good work, majorly, Eddie Kingston's, they have made what is a predictable match very interesting, and what we're all looking forward to, as well as some of the other matches on the card. But I just can't see past the Moxley win. If we do say Moxley retains and we say Kenny wins that World Eliminator tournament, whatever it's called, do you think we're going to see that visual of Kenny coming up behind Moxley that everyone has talked about?
Yeah, I think so.
You think we'll see it?
Yeah, that would be perfect, like full booking 360, the full year. But, back to last year's full year, like you just brought up, his match with Kenny then got, so hardcore. I know they got fined by the state of Maryland for using... I
didn't know that.
Yeah, they got fined by the Athletic Commission for using barbed wire and foreign objects and blading each other, basically. So they're in Florida, and, Florida is kind of more lackadaisical with everything.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be one of the most hardcore matches we've ever seen on AEW. I think it's going to get bad, dude. They're going to bleed, and
it's going to be
Eddie's a tough guy. Yeah, both of them are. They're crazy, dude.
Yeah.
This is
going to be a bloodbath, and I'm looking forward to it. Do you think this match main events?
I think so. Yeah, I think that maybe the Eliminator tournament will be before that, right?
Yeah.
But the Bucks, FTR, Eliminator, or this, any of the three could main event, I think. I know the Bucks always want a tag team match to go on number one. That could happen, but I think most people are looking forward to Hangman in this match. So they're pretty much even, in my opinion. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I think, I mean, I always think you got to put the world title match on last.
Yeah, I agree.
So, yeah, despite what happens before it, how good the other matches look better than the world title match. I think the world title is the world title for a reason. And it needs to be in the main event spot. Last time today, we're just going to look at the comments to see if anyone said anything about this.
That's why Eddie Kingston didn't have any kids or give his mother grandkids.
It was some really pulling the heartstrings kind of stuff.
Yeah, Mother Ruthie, I loved it.
Game time. Mox wins. There will be blood. I think that's the best way to kind of just round it up. I really think that's the best way to round it up. Christian Camacho has said here, I call it Pac interferes against Kingston.
Maybe Pac's back.
That's possible. I think he's back.
Yeah, where the hell is he?
Yeah, I think he's back. I think even that promo that he shot on Dynamite.
That was old. That was from his house.
Okay. I thought that could have been in America.
No, it looked like the coast. He said that it was on the opposite side of the Atlantic. Okay. That's you, buddy.
Yeah,
Newcastle upon Tyne. I don't know where the hell that is.
That's 6 hours from where I am. Okay. It's nowhere near where I am. But yeah. Lowe says this one's kind of easy. Mox, sadly. Okay.
Yeah, but maybe it's not.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Could be a swerve. Yeah. Game time we heard from already. Mox wins. Bro, it's gonna be something. This card is going to be something. It's incredible.
I didn't even you mentioned in the beginning that this is one of the best cards, and I was like, yeah, that's true. Now to kind of see it all come together, I mean, I'm excited for every single match.
Yeah, it's incredible. Like the amount of talent they have, and how kind of involved you are, and you care about the feuds going on. Yeah,
this is gonna blow all out of the water.
Yeah, definitely.
Because we need to redeem ourselves from that. Because I liked it at the time, but my channel, I rate everything. I actually removed the all-out ratings.
Why?
I thought that I just wasn't in the right mind state when I rated it. I got way too pumped up with the matches and taking a step back and looking at it. It wasn't that solid of a pay-per-view. I'll admit it, and I'm not gonna. I ranked it way too highly, so I don't want that on my record of, I think, pretty consistent rankings. I think I was just, blinded by the hype, and, we had that injury, pretty okay main event, and then it just, it just wasn't what I thought it would be.
No, you're right. I think in parts it was really good. Obviously, in parts it didn't really live up to what it should have. And then obviously it was kind of tainted the second half because of what happened between Matt Hardy and Sammy Guevara. So
out of respect, I just think that I wasn't rating them properly because that was in my mind. I couldn't even focus. And we talked about this before. When that happened, everyone was like, is he okay? We're all on Twitter, not paying attention to the... So I'm praying that this is a redemption and that nothing happens bad with any of the performers and that we just have a really awesome show. And I think we are. I think this is going to be show of 2020 because the next one, 2021, is Revolution. So this is the last pay-per-view, right?
Yeah, they're going to go out with a bang. Exactly that. Just taking the last two comments here. Eddie Kingston versus MJF would be an amazing feud down the line. That's from NK. And last but not least, Arpit, Full Gear will be known as the pay-per-view where Mox almost tried to kill another human being.
Yeah, man. He did. Like that freaking shot with him with the chain. And go, both of you, the question, and you need to go look up the complaint filed by the Maryland Athletic Commission Board because it's so funny. And they're like, Tyson Smith and Jonathan Good shall be fined $10,000, and it's both their real names. Yeah, so I feel like AEW knew what they were doing with that, and they knew that it would, which is really interesting. But I last year they had that whole barbed wire set up. Like, what are they going to have this year? I'm hoping like we get like a nice, cool set because we haven't really had that for the last two. Yeah, I think that they have the potential to make this a really memorable match, and I hope that they go all out with it.
Do that.
Yeah.
Guys, like Kenny says, we have to bid you adieu. It's been a real one, prediction show. Hopefully we will be back here to kind of talk about everything that happened on Full Gear over the weekend.
Yeah,
guys, like I said before, make sure you smash the like buttons on Facebook or YouTube, wherever you're watching. You've subscribed and you're following the pages WrestleManiac UK. You're following our guest today, Mike from AEW News 1_. Follow him on Instagram. I'm sure, like I say, he's going to give instant reactions. And when I say instant, I mean instant reactions to everything happening on the Full Gear card on the night. So
minimal edits. Right up there,
That's the guy you want to be following. Guys, like I say, we'll be back here later on tonight for 8 p.m. British Standard Time for NXT UK. And then
apparently I gotta watch that.
You need to watch Walter versus Dragunov. Yes,
5 stars by Meltzer.
You have to watch it.
I love Uncle Dave, so I trust what he says.
I'm telling you, the first 30 seconds, you're going to be gobsmacked.
Okay,
you're going to be like,
maybe NXT UK is the WWE brand for me because I don't have one right now.
I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go that far, but definitely Walter vs. Dragunov you need to see.
Okay. I'm going to watch that because, Eden Cornette, which he never really happy on anything. He praised that match. It looks good.
Yeah, it was something else. Honestly, it was something else. So, yeah, that is it, guys. Thank you for watching. Mike, any last words?
Go follow WrestleManiac UK on Instagram because we had a bit of a problem with the Instagram community standards or something. So he's starting from scratch. And, I don't really think anyone else is pumping out content like he is dedicated to these daily posts across all brands of wrestling. So guys, if you're not following him now, I know Peyton and some guys from the group, my Instagram messaging group, go follow WrestleManiac UK. Also, go follow me, and if you want to join my newsletter mailing list where I send out right after Dynamite a big analysis of what happened, please do that because, I think we were talking about that earlier. It's just necessary to have a variety of different avenues. So
100%.
If you're interested in that, just shoot me a message or draw me a comment. But thank you for tuning in. I really enjoyed the comments, and I really like this format that we did tonight.
Yeah, it was definitely good. And like I say, guys, we'll likely be back. So stay tuned for that. WrestleManiac UK signing out, and I'll see you soon. Enjoy Full Gear, guys.